Hey guys, Kaido today with another YouTube video, and I got you the Kindred 101 guide series. We're going to split this up into 3 sections. One will be tracking camps, which will translate into marks. We got the second part, which will be how to gank on her and just to set up good situations for herself. And 3 will be approaching fights on Kindred, which will also include invading. So this video will be part 1, and I'll release another 2 videos, part 2 and 3. And we're going to also release more Kindred content. Alongside with this, we're going to release gameplay guides, build guides, matchup guides, and when to really pick this champion. So I'm going to help you guys out on your Kindred journey. If you are new to the champ, for people who have been following me for a while, they know I'm pretty crazy on this champion, and I'm going to give you basically the things I first looked at when I first picked up the champion and what I focused on to really get to where I am today. So let's get into the basic approach to the champion. We're going to do some basic info, I guess, before I show a gameplay video. So let's get into it. Where are the marks? So this is what you need to know. 0 marks is the crab. 1 2 3 will be crab, raptor, gromp. 4 2 7 krogs, wolves, blue or red, and 8 marks plus will always be the major objectives in the game. So herald, baron, dragon, elder, and grubs also do count when you have 8+ marks. If you do just have that many marks early in, so remember that. And marks always last on camps for 3 minutes, and when you kill a camp, if it's either you or the enemy player killing the camp, the mark on the minimap will just disappear after 15 seconds, and a new mark will be chosen in a 45-second time period. And the reason why I want to get this out of the way is because this will help you track camps better. If you know which camps are down, you will know which one will mark, and it's also just a good skill set to have as a jungler, to have good tracking, knowing what jungle paths are and what camps are potentially spawning in the future. Okay, basic info on camps. Crab spawns at 3:30, should be pretty simple. Camp respawn time is 2:15. Keep that in mind. It does matter, And also, the buff respawn timer is 5 minutes. And I know Smite, I don't know why I have to put this, because I've just seen people, especially VOD reviews and coaching, people would just smite camps 500 for some reason, and it's really weird. Please know your smite does 600 at 20 stacks, 900, and at completion 1200. It won't matter, especially when you're trying to do your Kindred executes, with your third E auto into smite. Keep that in mind,
Destined to cross ours.
So this is the gameplay, and we're gonna talk about a lot about just tracking the camps and just invading. We will get into invading a lot more in depth later on in this series, but let's just think about tracking camps and getting marks. I mean, we're playing level 1 here. We are versus Jarvan in the jungle, and probably have a good level 1. We have Karma Troeth, that's why we're running at these guys. I don't know why Draven didn't choose to flash this show at you, but it is what it is. And so we go leave. So usually when I have Q starts, most of the time I will just start wolves because they're pretty easy to do, and can do wolves into red krogs, or I can do wolves into my gromp and blue. And here I'm asking for a ward, and right now I have no information where jungle is starting, like Jarvan, no idea where he's starting. So he can literally be anywhere, and usually when people jungle against Kindred, sometimes they do very weird paths because, they don't want to get invaded by her. She is a very strong champion in the early levels if she finds you in the jungle, so usually it's really good to get a ward on the raptors level 1, so you know where jungle can potentially be. Well, God bless, my Troeth was able to ward my red, so I know Jarvan didn't start my top side. If he did, I probably would have ran straight to his bot side after my wolf camp, because I do have Prowler mid. Karma tends to be a very strong champion early game. I do want to look to gank mid a lot, right? But again, we have no information, right? If you have no information where jungle is starting and you can't really track the camps yet, just wait on it, you know? So I think here, after the blue buff, I think I look to invade. I'm pretty sure. Also, the elo of this game is like D2, D1. Remember, I'm still ranking up accounts. I just came back from Korea, so, you know, if you guys want to see very high elo games, give me a couple days. In here, we're checking what his path is, and we see the Raptors are up, so I feel like he started topside, and he can potentially be on the red right now. Then I noticed, I think this guy did Wolves, Red, Krogs, because he does have 12 CS. And, you know, we're gonna fight him here. Fiber and Splash, really good. And we get the Raptors. So right now, he most likely is basing, or he's running to the blue. Because he has 12 CS, that means he must have done, and he has no blue elf, he must have done Wolves, Red, Krogs. Don't know how he did it so slow, but that is most likely his path. And here, I walk in, because, you know, his blue, he didn't have blue red, so he most likely would do it. Okay, Gromp's up. So right now, I'm thinking, he probably must have based, or he's in my jungle right now. But most likely, I think he based. He could be right behind me in my jungle. Nobody knows. So right here, I go, hit this. Then I see him on the ward. I'm like, okay, well, it looks like he got base. He just came off map, and he didn't heal full. And I think he warded his bush, but the thing is, I don't want to really, like, give it away that I'm invading. But I do anyways. I do mess with my W here, but I do get the Gromp here. Get the smites. And I have to flash here, just because, you know, mid TP. And it's fine. We have a Gromp spawn timer at 6:20. Remember, 2:15. Around 6:20, the Gromp will spawn again, which can potentially be my next mark. And right now, because Raptors are down, Gromp is down, and there's a bot crab actually that is still up from the 3:30. That means this bot crab will spawn very soon. So here, my pathing, because I have bot pro, my mid has pro, I am gonna go bot, get this crab, and probably look to do my bot camps and recall for the grub timer. And then do my red, and then fight for grubs. But you know, this happens here. So now my timer is a bit changed, so I do want to play for grubs this game. And I'm going to, you know, help my mid. We do win 2v2 really hard. My mid is playing not that well, but you know, ended up still working out, being in our favor. Get the chunk on him. Jarvan doesn't sustain that well in the jungle in the early game, so getting any HP off him is really good. My W gives me HP back, so my sustain is quite good as Kindred. So that is like the downside of playing Jarvan. And we know his Krugs are up, his Raptors just spawns. And I just took this crab, so there's no mark for a while. But the next mark will most likely be his Gromp, because he should do his Krugs and his Raptors here. Oh, I think I canceled my recall here because I thought I can cheese the Lulu. Ended up not walking into me. I thought she was gonna walk back bot. Sucks. It's fun. But here we base. We're at 2 marks right now. And the next mark, if you want to play for it, it can only be the next Gromp or the next crab spawn, right? But it's gonna be Gromp because the next crab spawn won't spawn for a while. So this is how you think about how you will play for marks. This is how you try camps on Kindred. In general, even as a jungler, this is just how you're supposed to think as a jungler. And it should be like second nature to you, to be honest, eventually. Of course, it's not that easy at first, right? And you see the Gromp, 6:15. In marks, simple as that. And here we look for a mid gank, because the mid wave's on my side and Victor's no flash from earlier. So it's pretty much a free kill. And getting mid pro is very OP. If mid is winning / getting pro, that means jungle will play, which means side laners can't play. That is how the game works in League of Legends. Of course, it's not always like that, because quality of games can be really bad. We'll talk about that. I don't know why this Jace is here, attacking his lane. Also, I thought this guy didn't have flash because he did solo die to Troa, but this is not worth for them because Jace is losing a full wave top, so I was kind of like, okay, if you want to kill me, go ahead. But to be honest, I thought it was fun because I thought he didn't have flash. Jarvan also does for this too, and this is just typical like junglers, they're like tilted, melt to boom. You can just tell from Jarvan's gameplay, this guy's not serious with what he's doing. And now we don't really want to walk back topside. It's not worth it. I already got one grub, you know. So I want to do my camps here and then look for a potential play bots because they did just fight. And here, one thing that when I watch Kindred bot reviews they don't do. So you see if the kill is guaranteed. So I think the kill is guaranteed here. I press the mark on the Draven and I give it some time. Make sure I don't kill him right away. Make sure my teammate doesn't troll for fun, you know, of course. Wait for the mark, boom. You get another mark. And we know this crab was spawning because remember, we don't have 4 marks yet. So that means it can only be on camps like Crab, Raptors, and Gromp. And none of them are up. This guy's just trolling. I don't know what he's doing. And we get yet another mark. And I knew coming out base this was going to mark. We even talked about it earlier, right? If the Gromp wasn't up, the crab will mark. Or after you take the Gromp, or he takes the Gromp, that means the crab, next crab will mark. Because this crab will spawn before the raptor camp. You see, keeping track of all these things is very OP. Now we're playing for the red. The next mark now can be basically any camp. I mean, Krug's red, Wolves are blue, everything's up. So after I take this red, now it can only be 3 camps. I mean, we're gonna kill this guy real quick. I'm waiting for him to use EQ on me, making me think I don't have Q, but like, you know, I can't really die 1v1. But I don't want to think like that he's actually in a bad position, you know. And we take Raptors here. So the Krugs should mark very soon, or even his top side. It's kind of a flip, you know. There's no guarantee, right? And here you see here, we both gets marked. It is what it is. Thing is, when you hit 4 marks on Kindred, it's all you really need. You should start playing for a team a bit more. You could keep playing for marks. It really depends on the what's happening in the game, right? So here in this type of game, I'd rather just end the game now. Like their whole team is losing, so I have my Kraken recall 9 minutes. I have 4 marks. It's just time to just kill every lane off spawn. So here, you know, I'll do red buff here, and then I'll just go dive the top laner, kill the mid laner, kill the bot laner. It's all worth, you know. We do have 3 grubs, so we do take towers decently faster than usual because grubs is a very OP objective. I'm looking to dive Jace because he has no flash from earlier. Remember when he killed me at grubs at 3 minutes? And we know Jarvan's gonna path away from Jace. If Jarvan ended up walking into me playing for topside, I mean I'll just murk him, right? That's why I pinked that bush. Now we get the free kill on Jace. Remember his flash. And this is what tracking does, you know. It's really good for your marks, knowing which people, like, just to get marks. Or it's really good just to know where to make plays. Which could also lead into marks, right? If I could mark this Jace right now, I would, and I get another free mark, right? This is why tracking is very important. And this skill is transferable to every jungler in the game you play. It is something you need to have as a jungler. Now we're taking this full tower because no point to farm camps. Rather just take this tower, bail out my top laner. And what my top laner should do here in this instance, I mean he can catch the next wave, which is completely fine, right? He should go walk straight ball in or mid, make the play, and then go catch his wave top. That's how you play good high tempo League of Legends. And you see a lot of my camps are up, but the thing is I'm looking for some fights because they are very behind, so any fight I take is just winning for me. I can hit mid tower with Karma, I can go dive their ball lane. This is just way better than just farm my own camps like a pig. So you know, here, their ball lane is playing a very aggressive, so I'm looking to fight them here. And I know Jarvan can only be here, because remember, he cleared down. And I guess here, I think I played it too aggressive, not gonna lie. Maybe I should have, like, played it a bit slower, but I felt like we were gonna wipe them all. I think if I was in Korea right now, I kind of miss playing on this server. I think we would wipe them all here, but people are just really bad in North America. I know I'm playing Diamond, but like the way they use their HP, like my Jin had full sums, you know, he could have played very aggressive here, but it is what it is. Either way, It's fine. I mean, go back to our camps now. We have camps to clean. There's nothing to do on the map. We know top camps will be spawning very soon. He did folklore all the way down, so that means the next mark can only be on wolves. And this is what you should be doing every game on Kindred if you really want to have the highest success. This is what makes a pretty big difference, I would say, versus low elo to like maybe master elo Kindreds. There's pretty, I mean, I kind of like categorizing low elo, maybe like high dime master Kindred OTPs, then like challenger, low challenger, then high challenger. Main factor I would say between like noobs on this champion until you're like a high challenger Kindred OTP like me is, I would say, tracking camps very well and just being able to get to like the 4 mark point, which is very important. You're a 500 range champion without 4 marks. With 4 marks, you do become a 575, not 4, 575 range champion. It does matter, you know. Like without marks, you can lose games. I've played games myself where I had items but no marks, so I can't play, can't hit champions back. I've seen VOD reviews where my client is just very fed, but then he has 2 marks. He can't hit anyone. It doesn't matter what crit items he has, how many good items he has. If he can't hit back, you can't play the game. It's simple as that. You need to get marks on Kindred. And if, let's say, like I would say 9 out of 10 games you're able to consistently get 4 marks. Actually, maybe 9's pretty high. Let's say 7 to 8. Because sometimes I do know the fanboy behavior. Don't worry. I play Kindred. I understand your pain, but some games are like that. It is what it is. I mean, they should be doing that regardless because Kindred is a pretty useless champion without marks. So this is what you need to do most of your games. And we're gonna, in the next video, we're gonna talk about more how to like get those good like situations for you, get those like good fight setups. And then part 3, we can talk about about invading, knowing how to invade better, early cheeky invades, cheesy invades, you know, and such. If you guys have any like suggestions on what you want to see in the next 2 parts, let me know down below. This first part was more of a basic kind of Kindred info thing, but it just has to be said. And it's very, also another thing, like when you're ahead on Kindred, it's very easy to get marks. So let's say you already have 4, right, which you should, let's say. The buffs will always be marked, Krugs will always be marked, wolves. I find it that Krugs are very easy to get, usually a good amount of time. Just because of like the map itself. I think the game is about to end, so if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys want to see, you know, specific things, like I said earlier, again, in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys in the future videos.